Atlanta News First Plus starts now with breaking news.
And that is on me, hitting the breaking news one. But regardless, breaking news, we have two First Alert weather days on Thursday and Friday. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi. I'm going to take you through everything you need to know about the upcoming changes to the weather. The good news is it does look like Friday is starting to trend drier. So if you do have any Friday plans, don't go canceling them. I know there's a lot going on in town, but it is a stormier day than what we've experienced the last couple of days. Thursday, by and large, will carry the best chance for storms and even the potential for maybe an isolated severe storm as well. But the reason for those First Alert weather days is simply because we will have a higher coverage of storms overall. Here's a look at what to expect today. Very similar to yesterday. We'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, temperature near 90 at noon, and we'll head into the low 90s today. A little less humid this afternoon, but we will still have the chance for a few isolated showers and thunderstorms going into the evening tonight. It does look like most of our storm coverage will be around and after sunset tonight, and most of the storm activity will set up in East Georgia. It looks like we'll have essentially what we call a trough. It's kind of a boundary, a little burst of energy that storms are going to form along. That'll mainly develop in East Georgia closer to the coast. So again, we'll have this boundary kind of set up, and that will keep most of the storm coverage to the east of us today, but that could impact some of our eastern counties like Madison County, Oconee County, Putnam County later this afternoon and evening. High temperatures today, very similar to yesterday, low 90s area-wide, upper 80s for the mountains. Here's what I'm talking about, that trough. Essentially, that's going to be the focus for storms today. It's going to serve as a little bit of a boundary for this, for storms to develop along later this afternoon and evening. For us here at home, that storm chance remains isolated across metro Atlanta. Now, tomorrow is that First Alert weather day. We'll have the chance for afternoon and evening storms. Some heavy rain will be involved. We'll also have the chance for maybe an isolated strong to severe storm. That coverage of rain at about 60%. So let's take you through everything hour by hour here with First Alert Futurecast through the day today, through about lunchtime. Again, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And then around 3 o'clock, we'll have a few showers and storms develop north of the city, and then notice east of the city, out of our area. So this will be out of North Georgia. We'll have that boundary kind of start to develop. So you'll see those storms fire up in far East Georgia. And then going past sunset, that's when it looks like the chance for a few storms to maybe usher in to places like Jasper and Putnam County, Oconee County, Clark County, around and after sunset. Now, an isolated strong to severe storm will be possible in far East Georgia as well. We'll be looking at gusty wind, maybe some small hail, nothing that is super impactful, but the chance is there. I just realized I didn't put a pause point there, but scattered storms will be likely for your Thursday afternoon and evening. And then going into Friday, a lot of the storms, models are starting to kind of favor areas along and south of I-20 Friday afternoon and evening. But notice by 7, 8 o'clock, we're mostly dry. So if you have any Friday night dinner plans, if you're headed to the Beyonce concert Friday night, you're more than likely not going to have to worry about rain getting in your way, which is the good news. Going into the weekend, storm chances remain very isolated, 28% both Saturday and Sunday. So it won't be completely dry, but you absolutely can get out and enjoy this upcoming weekend. Here's a look at that First Alert 7-day forecast. So for today, 30% chance for an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Looks like most of the storm activity today will set up east of Atlanta, mainly around and after sunset. Tomorrow, that First Alert weather day for widely scattered showers and storms, mainly for the afternoon and evening hours. Not going to be a complete washout, but if you have any dinner plans tomorrow night, if you have any evening plans tomorrow night, you'll want to bring the umbrella with you. Isolated severe storm possible today and tomorrow, mostly in East Georgia. Friday, that rain coverage is going down, so we may end up dropping that First Alert weather day, but afternoon and evening storms, very typical summer-like pattern. Does look like a lot of the storm activity will want to set up along and south of I-20, but if you have any plans mainly after 7 o'clock, we do start to dry out. Going into the weekend, isolated storms possible, but absolutely get out and enjoy your plans. Just an isolated storm here or there. So if you're doing anything for the All-Star weekend, of course, that kicks off on Friday. Lots of events going on at Truist Park over the weekend. Anything you have planned, you can get out and enjoy. And then we'll hold on to a 20% chance for storms on Monday. Tuesday, we'll increase that coverage of rain to about 40%. It does look like we head into a more unsettled pattern mid to late week next week, but we will be keeping an eye on next week's forecast because, of course, Monday is the Home Run Derby for the All-Star game, and then Tuesday itself is the All-Star game. And I know some of you at home may have been lucky enough to snag some tickets for that. And if you did, you're probably watching the forecast very carefully. So we'll be keeping an eye on it here at home as well. All right, let's get a check of your news headlines because we have some things to catch you up on. I'm going to leave you with the 7-day forecast, and we'll bring in Atlanta News First anchor Brooks Baptiste to get you caught up.
Thank you so much, Courtney. Appreciate it. And you know what is so interesting is these people are stressed out about this forecast. Why? Not because you guys have said anything bad, but they just have plans on Thursday and Friday, so we need the weather to cooperate. So I'm here to get you caught up on some of those stories that are making headlines at this hour. And right now, we are staying on top of a couple of these big stories, one of which, if you're just joining us right now, I want to tell you about this new video, the body camera video that I should say that new video has been released by Atlanta police, and it shows officers who are springing into action, and they're trying to rescue people from a burning car. Now, this is a story that we've been watching rather closely because when you see this video, it almost makes your jaw drop for a minute. Atlanta News First Don Shipman has more from the First Alert Breaking News Tracker. He was outside of the Atlanta Police Headquarters. The good news is both people in the car survived, but the driver is now facing charges.
The driver facing a long list of charges. This was an intense situation, and both the driver and his passenger are really lucky to be alive. And you can see by taking a look at the video right here. And in this video, you can tell that officers know right away that this is a serious situation. This happened on the 4th of July on Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. Now, we actually brought you this as breaking news that morning. Police tell us that they witnessed the car driving recklessly. They attempted to pull it over, but the driver sped off. Police say they did not chase after it, but a few minutes later, that vehicle slammed into a vacant gas station. Over here.
We're gonna have to pull him out, bro. There's a seatbelt.
Now, both that passenger and the driver were rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, and again, they both survived their injuries. That driver, identified as 24-year-old Ja'Cory Bryant, now facing several charges, including reckless driving. We're outside Atlanta Police Headquarters downtown. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
All right, Don, thanks so much for that report there. We want to tell you about the latest that's happening in Texas. We have been reporting on the devastating flooding that happened over the weekend in central Texas, and the images that are coming out of Texas are just, they're so disturbing because you understand that a lot of the people who lived there had about an hour or two to evacuate, and for many that just wasn't enough time. The Savannah College of Art and Design announcing that they had one of their own students who has died as a result of the flooding. This is 21-year-old Joyce Katherine Ben, and Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond has more because she actually got a chance to speak with Baden's father, and how that discovery was made will just break your heart.
Baden's father, Ty, was out in the aftermath of this flooding searching for his daughter. He told CNN that she was on the phone with another parent of the group of friends that she was with when that water came rushing in. He says she was staying at a friend's river home in Hunt, Texas. One of the parents was on the phone with her as Baden told them two of her friends were swept away, and then the line went dead. Her mother, Kelly, said in a Facebook post that at 4 a.m. July 4th, the floodwaters came through and washed their cars away, and she said it happened so fast the group didn't have time to get up higher into the attic. When CNN spoke to the senior architecture student's father, he was still out searching, still holding out hope for his daughter.
The place where all the survivors are brought, and we were hoping that we would hear our daughter and friends' names called, but they never did call. So we said this morning we're going to come out and try to find them ourselves.
When you see that emotional reaction on what a box of food or the hygiene kit means to them, it is beyond comprehension. They no longer feel alone.
And now here at the Midwest Food Bank in Peachtree City, they've already sent truckloads of food to help the survivors of this devastating flooding that has left more than 110 people dead. And officials say there are still about 160 people left unaccounted for. In Peachtree City, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
All right, let's get you caught up to speed with what is happening truly in Atlanta. And this is probably news that I feel like a lot of you will probably appreciate. So one of the struggles of living in Atlanta is the parking situation. It really doesn't matter where you are. 9 times out of 10, it's awful. And if it's not awful, it's because it's so expensive for you to park. Well, there's a brand new tool that will help you find parking in one of Atlanta's busiest neighborhoods. Let's show you this. This is out of West Midtown. If you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. This comes after months that we have reported on several business closures that are in that area. But the Upper West Side Community Improvement District just launched a new interactive parking map. And basically this map will identify dozens of structured parking locations, including options for complimentary and business validated parking. Now, neighbors that we spoke to back in February said a lack of parking and walkability is likely why a lot of those businesses were not being supported. In addition to the online tool, the neighborhood is working on rolling out universal Upper West Side signage, and that's going to help guide rideshare drivers to safe and convenient pickup and drop-off zones. Hey, speaking of parking, because we know parking is going to be crazy, the traffic is going to be crazy when Beyonce comes to town. Yeah, the first night of the Queen Bee's 4-night stop in Atlanta is kicking off tomorrow. And Beyonce's Cowboy Carter Tour is taking over Mercedes-Benz Stadium Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. So if you're going to be going to the show, the good news is you can pay for parking, but you need to do that in advance. But if you're like most people, you'll be taking MARTA. And MARTA is going to be running extra trains before and after the shows to have a pre-concert shuttle as well. And basically the whole idea here is to make things easier for people who are going to see Queen Bee. You do have ride shares that are available, but again, the traffic is just going to be so tough. I will tell you this. I spoke with people who said that they actually loved taking MARTA when Beyonce came here for the Lemonade Tour. I guess it's been a couple of years ago. And also when Taylor Swift was here on her tour, many people used MARTA as well. So just a suggestion. Again, do what you got to do for you to make sure that you have your seat in the building. But again, if you want to take MARTA, that might be your best bet. And MARTA officials are saying that they've got you covered. They are ready for the crowds. They are ready to get people to and from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, because that looks like that might just be your best bet. All right. Well, that's all we have for you here at this 10 o'clock hour. Again, I'm Brooks Baptiste, and thank you so much for joining us today, spending some time with us as we take you through your Wednesday morning. Again, we'll have an update regarding your weather at 11 o'clock, and then we'll have another update regarding your news headlines that's coming up on Atlanta News First at noon. We'll see you then.